Hi everyone, so the first thing I'm doing is taking Aqua from Makeup Revolution, and I've never used a product like this before. It's a primer but doubles up as a sealer too, so you can apply it before shadow to prep your eyes for the shadows that are to come, or you can dab it over your shadows to really lock them in place, and as you can see, today I'm using it as a primer. Next, I'm going in with the Soph palette from Makeup Revolution, and I bought this in Superdrug a while ago. It was only like €12, so very inexpensive. It's a palette in collaboration with Soph Does Nails here on YouTube. If you aren't subscribed to her channel, you're missing out. She features lots of affordable products like myself, and I'll link her channel below for you to check out. So the first shadow I'm taking is called Cuppa, and I'm starting out by mapping out my shape. So I'm drawing a line from the outer corner of my eye out towards the tail of my brow, and then I'm going to blend my shadows in from that point, and this shape will just help to elongate the eyes. So I picked up some more of that Cuppa shade and I'm using it as my transition colour, just adding it into the crease using circular motions, and then when the majority of the shadow is off my brush, I'm pulling upwards towards the brow bone to fade out the shadow, and then I'm going back in, reapplying and repeating the process a couple of times until I reach the intensity that I desire. Switching now to a small bullet shaped brush, I'm going in and adding some of that same shadow all the way along the lower lash line. Next, I'm taking Mug Cake, which is a deep warm brown and it's a matte shadow, so it's going to help me add some depth to the look. I'm using circular motions again to add that colour into the crease, making sure not to blend it up as high as the previous shade, because I want that Cuppa shade to appear like a halo over the brown. If you've covered it up, or it's just maybe not as intense as you'd like it to be, just go back in and reapply the shadow, and this will actually help fuse those two shades together even further. Then I'm switching to a small angled brush and I'm lightly patting that brown eyeshadow down along the lower lash line, bringing it right into the tear duct. Then I'm going back to a small pencil brush and I'm sweeping the brush underneath the brown just to fade out the edges. Now I'm going in with probably my favourite shadow in the palette. It's called Pine Tree. Very appropriately named in my opinion. It's the most gorgeous glitzy green shade that has golden flecks running throughout it, and it's extremely pigmented. There is no fallout whatsoever. I'm using the shadow dry and I just think the colour payoff is fantastic. It pops so nicely on the lids. I've applied the green a little more than halfway across the lid, and now I'm taking Smoky Bronze, overlapping it slightly with the green to fade the two together, and then coating the remaining half of the eyelid. Finally then, to add some depth to the look, I'm taking the shade Nightmare, which is matte black, and I'm beginning by just sweeping this down on the outer third of the upper lash line. Once I've little to no shadow left on my brush, then I'm sweeping up onto the lid and a little into the crease. I like to blend with a pencil brush, but just to make sure everything is nice and soft, I'm going back over that black with my fluffy blending brush. Moving back to the lower lash line, I'm taking that black all the way along the lash line, pressing the shadow into the roots of the lashes and then lightly fading it with my finger. To line the waterline, I'm going in with one of my favourite liners from Note Cosmetics, and I'm just lining both top and bottom waterlines. For lashes, I'm taking a pair of the new Kiss ones in the style Pixie. They're really gorgeous and not too heavy, and I just think that they tie the look really nicely together. To add a subtle pop around the tear duct, I'm taking the shadow Fairy Lights, and with a light hand I'm pressing the shadow into that area. To finish off the look then, I'm adding a couple of coats of mascara to my top and bottom lashes, but then that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and found it helpful. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up, commenting and subscribing, and I'll chat to you all soon.